So kids, I'm gonna show you how to make vinaigrette. My hair colorist, this wonderful person called Alexis, asked me how to make vinaigrette, and I described it to her, and I could see her eyes just glaze over when I started describing it. So Alexis, if you're watching, just watch this demonstration and do it, because it's really delicious, okay? I made this once on some show on NPR. I think it was called The Splendid Table, with that incredible woman called Lynn Rosetto Casper. Darling, wherever you are, Lynn, hi. I love you, I miss you. But this is my favorite recipe for vinaigrette. And listen, I'm not gonna give you specific measurements. You're gonna have to figure that out for yourself. I'll give you parts. How about that? I'll give you parts. So it's, let's see, it's 2 parts of olive oil. So let's see, so that's what, like 3 tablespoons of olive oil right there? I'm gonna make a nice big batch of it. So that's what, 2.5 tablespoons, what is that? It's some olive oil, okay? So that's how much that is. And then you would use probably just shy of 1 part vinegar, right? And some people use lemon. By the way, if you're Italian, you use lemon juice, and it's delicious, but it's strong for me. I prefer vinegar. And it's called vinaigrette, not lemonette, okay? So you put in a little bit of vinegar, right? And you just wait for it to separate so you can see how much the quantity is. Let's see, right? All right, so that's enough vinegar, right? That's about 1/3 of the amount of vinegar, right? 1/3. So it's 3 parts. 3 parts. It's 3 parts oil and 1 part vinegar, or is it 2 parts oil and 1 part vinegar? No, it's 3 parts oil and 1 part vinegar. All right? So pretend you're making a cocktail. And you, darlings, if I see a whisk, if I see anybody whisking their vinaigrette, you're gone. You cannot, it's so silly to whisk vinaigrette. You have to do it in a jar. It's simple, and it's better, and it works great. And I'm telling you, it's the greatest thing in the world. I don't want people whisking vinaigrette. And then I use like a goodly amount of salt. Pretend that you're like salting something. You know, like how much salt would you use on a salad? That much, right? Would that be like a teaspoon of salt? Yeah, right? So a lot of salt goes in there, and then a lot of fresh ground pepper. Like I use 18 strokes of the pepper mill, 18 strokes, or 27 strokes of it, like, because it's a lot, so it's 27 strokes of from a pepper mill, right? So it's a lot of pepper, delicious, right? Okay, and then like a sort of a medium small clove of garlic that you should probably mince it, but I'm too lazy to mince it. You just pass it through a garlic press. Okay, dears? Just pass this through a garlic press, boom, into the vinegar. And then I would say, again, this is like to taste, but like a heaping teaspoon of like Dijon mustard, okay? And then my secret ingredient here would be a little drop. You know, like Alex Garnaschelli, again, we talk about Alex a lot because she's my friend and she's a really good cook, and she uses a little water in her vinaigrette. And I go like, darling, if you're gonna use water, why don't you use like literally a dram of white wine? Boom, that's it, right? And then you shake this up. No whisking, the whisking is ridiculous. Don't do it, I've done it and it's fine, but this is much better. Unless you were using an egg yolk or something, then you would whisk. That's delicious too, with an egg yolk. If you just put an egg yolk in here, it's delicious. It's almost like mayonnaise. You could do that too. All right. And that is vinaigrette. Look how beautiful that is. Delicious. And by the way, if you use too much oil or too much vinegar, it's intentional, right? Like it's vinegary vinaigrette or oily vinaigrette. It's delicious, no matter what you do. So good. And that's just delicious on everything, right? Vinaigrette. I have to figure out what I'm gonna put this on now. Check that out. What's that? 3 spoons? That's all. Beautiful. There's a cute little salad with a beautiful, really tasty vinaigrette. You know what? I'm not kidding you. I've said this before and it's not an exaggeration. I think good salad is maybe on my favorite, one of my favorite foods. Like I could live on salad, on delicious salad and ice cream for the rest of my life.